Makes you crook.
Supercoach 360 podcast.
Bergs, you got
Okay.
some questions there, buddy?
I do, man. Joel Ashton, who are you boys backing in the hookers? Who you reckon will be the two best hookers?
By the end of the year,
Yeah, even go.
average-wise?
Yeah.
Cheese, Grant.
Cheese and Harry Grant. No Smokey in there?
No.
I tend to agree. Depending on how many weeks Cheese is going for.
Well, it's on average, you said, so
Yeah, he's still got to come back and go well.
you'll be right.
Juzzy, you on that?
Yeah.
All right. Johnny Renara. Sorry if I butchered any names tonight. It'll sound like chasing last week's points, but Martin on an edge for 80 minutes. Is he?
Well, we discussed that a bit.
Yeah.
In
Is
there.
he yes or no for you?
It's a no for me.
Juzzy?
Yeah.
Yes for you? He's a watch and see for me. I wouldn't jump straight on this week. He got a try last week.
Yeah, like with the pluses and minuses in the base power, he got 53.
Yeah.
So to be up near a 65, 70 average, you'd have to score a try every second week at least.
Well, if I'm going to run that gamble with anyone in that side,
The
it'd
other
be
side.
kick out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where they're attacking left. We know the points flow heavily for Penrith on that side.
Suck up.
He'd definitely be more of an option for me. Kicks. I know he's a little bit dearer, but I don't think it's too much. Jamie Flynn. I'm thinking changing Keary to Munster, or should I just hold Keary as he's only just come back from an injury? Could attribute to his low score.
I'd give it at least another week.
Yeah, same thing as Reid Marnie, eh? Like you've got these guys. I know low scores put things in your head, and sometimes it is good to jump off. But he's a playmaker. He's in a noted gun side. They were clunky last week, but you assume they're only going to get better. They're the Roosters.
I know he's never been a gun, but you just don't sell guns round one. You just don't do it.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I've got a few people here on the live that I just want to say g'day to before we move on. I'll find some questions through here as well, no doubt. So Scott Smith, Ross Mann, Todd Greasley says round one carnage, how good.
Fellas,
Lance
lovely.
George is in there. Barry McCormick, early days, boys. It's all
How's that?
good. Shannon Pinkowski says surely the fuel companies get a bag. I mean, yeah, look, we're trying not to be
Yeah.
political this year, but yes, 100%. It's getting crazy.
Okay, well, go Shell.
Brad Smith is in there. Mark Hindle says, boys, what terrible round one scores. Todd Greasley wants to know, is it too early to sack Marnie? High scoring game, stuff all attacking stats.
Yes.
Just straight yes. All right, you
Yeah.
boys have already talked me out of that one. Shegog Dale says, hey lads, I know this is a stupid question. Hey, there are no stupid questions. Just stupid people. No.
Bergs will give you a stupid answer, but
I know this is a stupid question considering Para has a dream, but would you consider trading Turbo to bring in Edwards and Gutho? Bergs.
hell no.
Not Gutho.
Or Edwards.
If you need the money, I could see either a Sloan or an Edwards because they're under 500k. Might be his reasoning for that there. Because then he can get, who was the other one?
Edwards and Gutho.
Gutho, because Gutho I think's dear, isn't he? He's 600,000 odd.
Yeah, possibly.
So yeah, he'd have to be looking at Edwards, Gutho for that money. I wouldn't go Gutho. I don't think he's gonna. If Dill Bags is gonna start coming of age, it's gonna start taking away from Gutho as well. You know, because he'll start owning that left side of his a bit more than letting Gutho run his own show down there.
I think it's crazy.
All right, sweet as. Colin Verman, a few words, but potent. Justin Askew's in there. Hey, boys. Sean O'Veirat says, who hit the 1,000, boys? 975 here with Brandon Smith's 2 and Turbo as captain. Mate, good work. You must have a fairly solid team. I'll tell you now, none of us hit 1,000 this week for the Supercoach
None of
crew.
us hit 900.
Yeah, it's
Point
here.
away.
So, who goes first, just quickly?
I got 871, I think, with Teddy as captain and Brandon Smith.
I got 876.
And
Puppy
Billy Smith.
captain. Yeah, I think I played Billy Smith.
899 with both Smiths as well.
Brutal.
Captain who?
Happy.
It's Bass, that's where you got us.
All right, Barry McCormick says, I know we can't bring him in yet, but surely Dukey gets a crack in Sivo's spot?
No, it's Wanga Blake.
Who gets the spot, sorry?
Dukey. D-U-K-I. So maybe it's...
No, Wanga Blake got it. He beat Cheapie from somewhere, but no, it's definitely Wanga. Wanga got it.
All right, there's a bunch of people telling you to jump on your microphone from earlier.
Sorry, guys.
Taylor Morton says, Latrell, pod fullback. What do you reckon?
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, look, I like Trell as a pod fullback. Probably wouldn't jump on this week. I want to wait and see what they dish up.
I want to have a look if he's kicking goals or not.
I just want to see what they're going to dish up this week after a bit of a poor performance against Brisbane last week. Looked a bit clunky. Give Ilias nothing. So, yeah, one of those things. Okay. Watto, Jared Watson, is paying Haas, and I don't like to use the term, but a must-have.
Well, I think we asked the answer to that, haven't we?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I think you guys all say yes. Timmy says yes. PPM-wise, he's an absolute monster as well. So, yeah, I think you've just got to do it.
I don't think you have to pull the trigger this week, but he's definitely got to come in.
Bergs, are you pulling any trades this week? Because everything you said...
I have to.
So what trades are you actually pulling the trigger on? As soon as you're not going to pull the trigger on anything else.
Cheese to Grant.
Yeah.
And Madison to someone.
All right, cool.
Forgot me. Shannon Bukowski. Can I please have the login details of someone who knows what the fuck they're doing? Well, you're not getting any of our teams because we're as shit as you are. Shannon, we all lousy. No. I don't know who did do well this week. I know we took out the 1% comp, so as a whole, we did the best out of the podcasters. Go team. Well done, fellas.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hold on, I've actually got a live question from Shannon.
Shannon
says Aitken to Liam Martin and Tanua Brown to Bullimore as trade options. What do you reckon?
Oh,
What was that?
Aitken to Liam Martin and Tanua Brown to Bullimore. Is Tanua Brown to Bullimore sideways, or is it worth it because of the injury?
I'd go young Maney to one of the Kings. Either one of the Kings before I went to Bullimore. For me.
And what about you, Con? Aitken to Liam Martin?
Nah, not for me.
No?
What about the other one? Young Maney to Bullimore or young Maney to a King?
Right, well, if you don't have the Kings, I'd go Max King, definitely. But... I'm not as big a hater as Bullimore as everyone else. He's going to be a slow burn, but...
If you got him in there, that's good, but would you use a trade to get him in?
Probably not.
Fair enough. Chris McClelland says, sorry for my tardiness, training went a bit longer tonight. What's everyone's thinking about Sean Russell? Is he a hold?
It'll depend on the weeks.
It's very much an unknown, I think, with a punctured lung. I think it's all going to heal.
It's confirmed punctured.
Yeah, broken ribs, punctured lung.
Oh, he's a goner then.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck.
I think, in saying that, there's no real options. So unless you can upgrade with some money, I don't think there's another cheapie around his price that's jumped out and said, grab me after Vilea went down too from the Warriors as a cheapie.
Well, I think a lot of people either have Fermor or Targo up in their second row, so you could sell him, pull one of those down.
Even then, there's no real second rows around that price that have come out and screamed, grab me, so...
Well, then hopefully you've got another jewel up in the front row you can pull down and grab yourself a Max King.
That'd be nice, like but
that.
Yeah, if there's no one really to sell them to, why sell them?
Yeah, well...
You're just trading them out on a hope that some other player might get named eventually and come in.
Well, no, I think it's the cash generation thing. If he's definitely not going to make it back into the side...
That's what I mean, I understand that, but if there's no one out there that's going to generate a shitload of cash really fast...
But if you've got a war chest, say...
Yeah, that's what I mean.
If you had him, a Russell over a Targo, that's an easy straight swap.
Yeah,
you know,
stuff like that, definitely.
Or even if you had the spare money, you could upgrade maybe to...
That's what I said, just either upgrade or I think you keep them because there's no one really to trade them to.
Yeah. Okay, Steve Clifford. we've touched on this, but we'll just go quickly. Written before team lists are done, but Welch gone for the year. Is Josh King now worthy purchase? He is. I think he is. Especially with Cheese gone for a couple of weeks. So yeah, boys.
Yeah, just because he still didn't do great. He played 64 minutes on the weekend for 38 points.
Oh yeah, really?
So,
Maybe wait.
and that was with Smith going off early, so middle forward out in the first set, and then Welch going off a bit later.
Yeah. All right, questions just closed down on me. You got one?
Yeah, I do. Scott Smith is in there. He says, don't trade anyone with a green dot. Wait till the following week to do those big trades. So, all right, I'll listen to the big man and I'll hold for this week, I guess.
He does well when he's playing.
Yeah, exactly. Chris Maxfield is in there. He says, Grant looks bigger this year. Do you reckon he might do a cheese and move to the back row when Wishart comes on?
Oh, I don't think so. Not him being who he is. He's their marquee hooker. He's the future of their club. I can't see him burning him out if they don't have to. They just whack a big bopper there.
Yeah, I think if anything, Wishart might come on and play that Roman.
He
13. He's expendable.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Stephen Richards says, so does Con have to try hard to be this bad at Supercoach, or does it just come naturally to him?
It definitely just comes naturally.
Well, you didn't get Joey Manu, did you?
I've
Joey score well on the weekend?
got him this year.
You do?
No.
Should have him. Elijah Tippany with Johnson, Cheese, Russell, Tanua Brown, Junior Paulo, and Leilua. Last two aren't injured. They're just the hardest to watch for me. Anyone else considering super trade? I planned on saving my first one for next week, but here we are. Do you use it if you have that much injuries going on? SJ, Cheese, Russell, Maney, Paulo, and Leilua. I'll probably hang on to the other two seeing as they're playing, but SJ and Cheese, I'm assuming, were your premium hooker and probably your premium half. I do assume you will have to upgrade those guys. If anything, you might be able to downgrade SJ to a Sexton or something. I think he's cheaper. Otherwise, you're going to have to hope you got money to get up to a Mitch Moses if you've got him at 7, or you're going to have a heap of money to get him to a bloody Munster or something. And I wouldn't spear into Cody Walker at the moment. Would you do for a 6 or a 7 for SJ?
Jerome Hughes, if you could.
Yeah.
Ideally, but Moses isn't a bad shout.
Yeah. Huh. Okay. Matt Chester, what are your plans for players that get COVID? Example, Rad Schneider.
Mine's a hold, unless they have a mass exodus at once.
Well, not just that. If he was to get COVID today and be playing tomorrow and have a chance of missing next week's game, that's 2 games. So I might think about, not maybe a Schneider because he's a cheapie, bottom dollar cheapie, but if I had a premium gun that I needed to keep to remain in touch with the top. I know it's early and you've got chance to come back, but if I was coming 3rd or 4th this week, say, and I ended up with a major player getting COVID, I'd probably think about getting rid of him just to stay in touch with the top. But a Brad Schneider, no way. I'll hang on. Do you know, with COVID?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
What do you do?
I'm holding.
All the time?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter?
Yeah.
Even if it's 2-week COVID?
Oh, I think that's going to be
What if they...
rare.
Okay, now this is... Sorry, but what if someone gets hospitalised? Like, it's a serious COVID thing and...
Well, if they go in ICU, well, then definitely, of course, you sell them. But apart from that, I think you cop it as a 1-week suspension and move on. In the past, when someone's been suspended for a week, have you sold them?
Nah.
No, that's it. You keep them and you move on.
We've already answered this, but Levi Crookshank, Liam Martin with 80 with a try, yay or nay? We said yay, nay, and maybe, I think.
Yeah.
No, we said yay, may, and watch.
Hold on, I got one here. Andrew Barkworth says, boys, thinking of going Teddy to Harry via And Valia to Dom Young. Leaves Pappy and Sloan at fullback to do it. Con?
Well, I don't understand why he's selling Teddy.
Yeah, look, I don't either. I think it's just that allure of getting Harry Grant in. I feel like he's a must-haver, and if you don't have him, you're going to be in trouble. But you boys and everyone else is saying wait a week on pulling a trigger on a big trade like that. So I guess I will.
Yeah, but if you got to have Harry Grant, you don't want it to be at the expense of James Tedesco, I don't think.
You want it to be expensive, like a Welch, who's not playing,
Or a fattened up Randall
like
in
someone
7 or 8 weeks, 6, 7 weeks.
Look, that's my thoughts on it too. I wouldn't get rid of Teddy to do it. I wouldn't get rid of a fullback. But so Barker, I guess that's a no, mate. Do not do that. Hold on. Sean O'Veira also wants to know, what's your thoughts on Aaron Clark? Looking good at the moment. Another watch.
Still a watch for me. Scored a try on the weekend. Did look okay, but someone chips away at his minutes. Was it Tanner Boyd?
Yeah, Tanner Boyd comes on.
So, yeah, so he doesn't play 80. You've got better hookers than him, in my opinion. He's inflated by a try
Well, 57 minutes for 60 points.
with the try.
So you take away the try, you're looking at 43. I don't think that's anywhere near good enough for a hooker. And at his price of 300,000, he's going to make bugger all money.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not setting the world on fire enough to warrant the trade. You got another one, Jed?
Yeah, he only ran the ball once in 57 minutes, so
And that was for the try.
yeah, it would be.
Yeah.
So he must have got it off the. I don't know, but yeah,
No,
so
it's
that's
right
not
under
that's not good
Steve.
enough.
All right, Russell, Terry, Tough, Kane. Week 1 has shattered me. Already lost the Cheese, SJ, and Valia. Cheese to Harry is a no-brainer. But what should I do with SJ? Have 517k so I can go up to Moses, etc., or down to Sexton, etc. What would you plan on doing there?
I would almost be tempted to wait a week, play Ilias. I'm assuming he's going to have him in the second half, and hope Cleary gets named and go straight to Cleary.
Yeah, that's not a bad shout. Maybe try to look into some Penrith stuff and see if Cleary's on track to come back next week. If he's not tracking, I'd probably look at a Moses. Looked pretty sharp, kicks the goals over there.
Well, I don't think he's done contact recently, Cleary, so I don't think he's that close.
No, he was in the non-contact bib this week. I
I'd
heard through
probably-
the grapevine.
Or if not, even go to Jerome Hughes. Looks to be in perfect touch. He's come back again, just in good form. Look great.
He's a weapon.
Yeah. Juzzy, you on or me?
Yeah, Les Dormans just says go Para.
Oh, Leslie.
Steve Richards wants to know, Berg, should I sell Turbo so I don't throw the big C on him again?
No, I'd still play him too because he's still always a chance. He's Tommy Turbo, but look, it's up to you, Richo. If you've got Manu, I'd probably have a look at throwing it on.
I was about to say, did his joke just go straight over your goddamn head or what?
What?
There's no way he was serious about that question, Bergs.
Doesn't matter. I'm still giving him a legit answer because I'm good like that.
He also says, Con, open your eyes, you can't see anything.
I'm looking down.
He's reading.
David London's in there. Sean O'Veira says, Hastings is my 5'8". Should Munster be my upgrade here? I know it's only early, but I don't think Hastings is going to be a world beater or a money maker like I originally thought.
If you've got the cash to do it, you got no more issues. Yeah, lovely.
Yeah, that's fucking gun trade.
Yep, sweet as. Haas, Mr. Consistency. Scott Duncan says, Reed Marnie to Harry Grant, Sam Walker to Mitch Moses. Two big trades. I mean, everyone else is saying don't jump the gun. Wait a week at least. So, yeah,
Right.
I'm just going to throw that out.
Yeah,
there.
well, just for instance, that's the first round, right? So that's involved in one price rise. I'm assuming you're jumping off because the low scores, high scores, break-evens, etc. are going to be what they are, and there's going to be a big price drop for them and a big price rise for them. Yet if the scores reverse next week after you've traded them, you're going to get, one maybe semi-decent price rise from the player you've traded in, but then that's going to be it, and he's going to be on a decline, the other player's going to be on the incline, so it's a huge gamble, I think.
Well, that's it, but that's what it is. It's a gamble because I think what people are looking at is that, well, everyone's been talking up Mitch Moses all off season. He's got a sweet early draw. He came out and showed that he has got control of that team, and in terms of attack, he's the one that's doing a lot of it, and it's reflecting in Supercoach. If they can score points like that every week, which I doubt, but if they can, then there's going to be a lot of goals to kick there as well. So it's a beneficial trade. Roosters looked rusty with Sam Walker in there, Luke Keary. It all just looked very, very clunky and out of touch. I mean, they lost to the Knights. No offense, Con.
Plenty taken.
Knights are good.
But
They looked defensively like they were there for the game.
We
Like,
played as a team.
they turned up, man.
Well, the Roosters didn't. That's what I mean. Like the Roosters just.
But yeah, you can't take away from the Knights' defensive efforts in that game. Like Roosters have a heavily star-studded side, and people can individual brilliance in that team. There's at least 6 or 7 of them who produce individual brilliance fucking game on game. We watch it every week, you know.
Well, it's the first time that Spine's taken the field together as well. It's the first time Walker and Keary have played together. So there's definitely going to be improvement. And being the Roosters, it's not going to take long.
No, I just thought you defensively as a team turned up and you defensively done well, like very well considering.
Gags killed it with the ball in hand too. He was a man on a mission.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, also the Reid Marnie to Harry Grant, I feel it's that FOMO. And if these guys are going to be a class above at the start, that could be where your lead and your points come from. So, but you guys have all said wait a week. Stephen Richards says, think the trade the 360 team should do this week is trade out Con and bring in Archie.
Who's Archie?
He's like a 50s cartoon character. I think he had blonde hair. It's the only difference between you and Archie.
All right.
No.
How old are you, Richo?
All right,
enough to know Archie.
That's about it for questions.
All right, I got Michael Hucker. How are we all, guys?
Good, thank you.
I need to downgrade Smith to a mid-range second row. Who do you think after the first round has potential to make money with 80-minute job security? With Smith being in the second row, he makes it a bit harder for you. I had Smith in hooker, so that made it an easy transition to Grant for me. With Smith in the second row, though, I'm pretty sure you're not far out of touch with just about anyone, are you?
No, not really, except for Dave Fafita.
Yeah.
And Papa Gus.
But under that, you're on? Like,
Yeah, I think so. Can't exactly remember Brendan Smith's price.
he's
think
like
it was
a
just under
590
600,
or 580 something. Yeah, so... Got anyone?
Well, Frizzle would be the man, 571.
Ooh, fucking juicy, like that.
I like Frizzle. Martin, as people have brought up.
He's
you wanna
wait
go
and
that
watch and
way?
see, but for me, I'd be spearing into Frizzell if anyone there.
Yeah, Teague Wilton,
Yeah.
another one. Yeah, that Nanai from the Cowboys looked very impressive against the Bulldogs. Didn't translate to Supercoach as much as I thought it was going to, but
Well, there was a couple of players you said that happened to. You thought Jai Arrow was owed a few. You thought, who was the other one owed a few? Was it Tarpany?
it was Taffney, but that wasn't who I was talking about, I don't think, at that time. But yeah, I can't remember now.
Yeah, but yeah, you think a few were a bit underdone. Mark Hindle, what was your biggest mistake for round one?
The late swap from Trell to Teddy in front of C on Teddy.
Oos, what do you got?
Leaving Tuolangi on the bench. Kelma Tuolangi from the Tigers picked up like a 46.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the most points which I left on the bench, so that was good.
I left Targo on the bench.
Yeah, same.
That was my mistake for the week.
See, I played Targo. He played a bit last year, and he did well when he did play. So,
Francois Ladigan. Fletcher Baker as a sixth money-making second row, and what's his job security like? For me, Con, you go.
No, you go,
first.
mate.
No, you've
No,
got
no, you go.
stuff, don't you?
There you go.
For me, I don't think Fletch got the minutes in him. Was Tupanil play 80? Angus Crichton plays 80. And Watto, when Beryl's come back, will definitely take into that middle role. So, I don't know. He's a bit of a gamble, old Fletch. I probably wouldn't go that way, personally. Con?
Yeah, no, I don't really like it. I don't see much money to be made there, to be honest
Bar
with
an
you.
injury. If there was an injury, and I still think Nat Butcher's in front of him anyway for any role in the forwards. So yeah. Also, last one, Chris G, Liam Martin or Kurt Capewell? Oos, dude, you make it hard. Con?
Oh, God, I don't want to pick either.
Get to Frizzell. Get to Frizzell. You can get to Frizzell, get there. Sorry, Dan. I know Dan Hand, one of the boys, he loves Tyson, and I bet he's got him. And here we are telling everyone to jump on.
I'm a Panthers fan, but I'd say Capewell. Capewell showed last week that he's going to be a leader at that Broncos team, and they're going to need him to be, coming from that premiership side and bringing all the experience that Kurt does bring. He's back at home in Queensland. I think he really likes that. He plays rep footy. You know, he's someone to aspire to there, and he's definitely going to have to go out and lead by example. I reckon I'd put the bank on Capewell there, because I think if anyone's going to be jagging those extra tries sort of through the edges, he's definitely locked down that edge spot. There's no more Ricky, is there?
Nah.
So, like, that's it. It's a pretty solid edge. He proved last year he can score.
Oh, no, Jordan Ricky's still there.
He's definitely got meat pies in him.
Jordan Ricky's still there. It's that other bloke. He's got
Piakura.
Pete Cura. He'll come back and chew into some minutes there.
Yeah, but I don't think he's chewing into Capewell's minutes.
No, he shouldn't touch Capewell's minutes.
So that's what I mean. I'd personally, I'd look at Capewell, man. He was good last year. He's been good for the last couple of years, and he's sort of in the prime of his career. Could very well be a career year for him.
That's it for questions for me.
I think that's it for questions for me. Phil Poio says Fletch Maker for Momasia. But we've just talked about that. And Paul Wainwright says, no questions, lads, but love the show. Appreciate your efforts and mutual love for Supercoach. And in my case, have a couple of beers while I watch. Thank you very much.
Enjoy, Paul.
For watching, Paul.
Where we at?
Question time.
Questions.